All right, so those were the live visuals from the BJP headquarters in New Delhi, where BJP President Amit Shah addressed the media on the 4th anniversary of the BJP-led NDA government at the centre. And Amit Shah said that the current dispensation has taken the country's self-pride to the highest level. He also said that the current government has set an example of how a pro-people dispensation is run. He said that this dispensation has taken concrete and tangible steps in every sector, adding that transparency and no corruption are the hallmarks of this government. Now, this is, remember, one of the among several events that are planned for the day as BJP launches a nationwide drive to highlight the government's works. And Prime Minister Modi himself will also be addressing a public gathering in Odisha's Cuttack today. And now let's get to some other news now. First up, all the stories on Narendra Modi government completing 4 years in power today. The NDA government under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi is completing 4 years at the centre, and to mark the occasion, the Prime Minister will visit Cuttack to address the public. He is expected to list his government's achievements at the public meeting. The BJP will launch a fortnight-long program to mark the 4th anniversary, with the party President Amit Shah leading an exercise to reach out to 1 lakh personalities from different walks of life to highlight its achievements. The program will start on Sunday, in which all ministers and workers from the centre and BJP-ruled states will reach out to influential people across the country. All party leaders have also been instructed to organize events to highlight the welfare schemes of the government. And earlier, Prime Minister Narendra Modi took to Twitter to thank the people of the country on the occasion of his government completing 4 years. The Prime Minister said that on this day in 2014, we began our journey of working towards India's transformation. He said over the past 4 years, development has become a vibrant mass movement, with every citizen feeling involved in India's growth trajectory. He added that he bows to the citizens for their unwavering faith in his government, adding that the government will continue to serve the people of India with the same vigour and dedication. The Prime Minister also said that with the best intent and complete integrity, the centre has taken futuristic and people-friendly decisions that are laying the foundations of a new India. And Arun Jaitley also shared his reflections on the NDA government's 4 years in power. In a Facebook post, he said that the preceding 10 years of the UPA rule had unquestionably witnessed the most corrupt government since independence. He said that the Prime Minister created transparent systems through legislative and institutional changes, which have given this country a scam-free government. He called the Prime Minister the natural leader for both his party and the nation. He called the last 4 years a journey from indecisiveness to clarity and decisiveness. He added that the country that was on the verge of becoming a basket case has today been transformed into the fastest growing major economy in the world and is likely to hold that position in the years to come as well. And let's take a look at some more political reactions on NDA government's 4th anniversary today.
प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में विकासवाद एक देश में आंदोलन बना है, देश के लोगों का मिजाज बना है और जातिवाद, संप्रदायवाद, क्षेत्रवाद या तमाम जो और सीमाएं थीं उनको तोड़ करके विकासवाद को प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने देश का जो है वो मिजाज भी बनाया है, देश के लिए आंदोलन भी बनाया है।
देशवासियों का सरकार के प्रति, राजनेताओं के प्रति, राजनीतिज्ञों के प्रति विश्वास, विश्वसनीयता, ट्रस्ट, कॉन्फिडेंस, क्रेडिबिलिटी पुनः बहाल हुआ, जो पहले कहीं जाता रहा। और सबका साथ सबका विकास का जो मंत्र मोदी जी ने लेकर के भारत को एक नवीन भारत के स्वरूप में लाने का एक संकल्प किया, टू बी सीन टू बी बिलीव्ड जिसे कहते हैं अंग्रेजी में, उस प्रकार का परिवर्तन और ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन हुआ है।
आप किसी भी क्षेत्र में देखो, चाहे आप आंतरिक सुरक्षा की बात करो, रिकॉर्ड नंबर ऑफ सीमावर्ती इलाके पर घुसपैठ हुई हैं। चीन के साथ आज क्या स्थिति है? चीन बारंबार हमारे आंतरिक सुरक्षा के मुद्दों पर समझौता करके दूसरे देशों के साथ करता है समझौता। महिला आज असुरक्षित है। हम किसानों की बात करें तो आज किसान पूरी तरह से परेशान है, आत्महत्या के कागार पर खड़ा हुआ है। हमारा नौजवान आज हाथ में डिग्री लेकर बेरोजगार होकर भटक रहा है।
The greatest failure of this government is in foreign policy. I mean, it's failed on many fronts, but foreign policy is its greatest failure because this government has never understood that foreign policy is a serious matter. It's a matter that takes enormous amount of hard work and patience, and that you have to take it very seriously.
देश के तमाम गरीबों, मजदूरों, बेरोजगारों, किसानों व अन्य मेहनतकश लोगों पर आधारित देश की लगभग 125 करोड़ आम जनता के जीवन को प्रभावित करने वाली जबरदस्त महंगाई, गरीबी, बेरोजगारी तथा आम जनजीवन में सुख व शांति प्रदान करने के जनहित व जन कल्याण के मामले में यह सरकार वास्तव में ऐतिहासिक तौर पर बहुत बुरी तरह से विफल व नाकाम सरकारी साबित हुई है।
Meanwhile, opposition Congress party is protesting against the alleged misrule of the BJP government. The protests will be led by party leaders Ghulam Nabi Azad, Ashok Gehlot and Randeep Surjewala. In 20 cities, state unit presidents and AICC in charges are holding press conferences to mark the protests against the 4 years of NDA rule. Senior leaders Kapil Sibal and Abhishek Manu Singhvi will also hold press conferences in Bhubaneswar and Mumbai today. And here is our special report. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's initiative to provide a shield to women and children from smoke, the Ujjwala scheme, has drawn praise from the latest World Health Organization pollution report. In just 2 years, Ujjwala scheme has provided some 3 crore 7 lakh women living below the poverty line with free LPG connections to support them to switch to clean household energy use. Now, this landmark scheme was launched by the Prime Minister on 1st of May 2016 in Balia in Uttar Pradesh. So, Rajya Sabha television brings you some success stories from the ground.
Like any housewife living in rural India, Rajrani's only access to the fuel was a forest wood, which she used to cook food every day. A big family ensured that a large part of her daily routine was tied to this unhygienic chulha. Year after year, the prolonged exposure to venomous smoke in the enclosed environment singed her eyes. Her vision gradually withered. The darkness was slowly enveloping her life when the help in the form of Ujjwal scheme materialized. Soon she got an LPG connection. Her world changed. Rajrani now cooks fuel on an LPG stove. The toxic smoke is now a history. A happy soul, she credits the government for this transformation.
धुएं से बहुत दिक्कत होती थी, कंडे लकड़ी नहीं होते थे, फिर भी गीला है, कहीं कहीं से बनाते थे। बहुत फायदा है। आखिर का तो फायदा है ही है, लेकिन लकड़ी कंडे से भी फायदा है। धुआं नहीं होता है, घर नहीं खराब होता, अब सब है।
Ujjwala scheme is transforming lives of so many women. Sunita too underwent the same predicament. Due to lack of options, she was forced to use harmful fuel. It was gradually chipping away her well-being. But after getting Ujjwala connection, her health parameters improved. Now with the help of the scheme, she has smoked out the negativity that blighted her life.
मुझे उज्ज्वला कनेक्शन से मिलने से मुझे बहुत खुशी हुई है, क्योंकि पहले लोग लकड़ियों चूल्हा में खाना बनाते थे, तब दिक्कतें, आँखों में दिक्कतें आती थी। और जब से ये वाला हम लोगों को सुचारू रूप से मोदी जी ने प्रयास किया है, इससे हम लोगों को बहुत खुशी हुई है।
As success stories gain traction, more and more people are opting for Ujjwala gas connections.
नॉर्मल कनेक्शन से ज़्यादा उज्ज्वला कनेक्शन की देहात क्षेत्र में डिमांड ज़्यादा है, क्योंकि शहरी क्षेत्र में हर आदमी संपन्न होता है, ले लेता है, लेकिन देहात क्षेत्र में कुछ संपन्न परिवार नहीं है जो कि चूल्हे में धुएं में खाना बनाते हैं, उनके लिए बहुत लाभदायक है ये।
Ujjwala scheme begets other benefits as well. It emancipates women from the suffocating kitchen smoke and heat, but also relieve them from daily grind of fetching firewood from the forest in sizzling summers. Now cooking daily food is not a task anymore. It's also free from the vagaries of the nature.
पहले जो ये बीमारियां बढ़ती थी वो उज्ज्वला की वजह से ख़त्म हो गई लगभग। इसके बाद जो हेल्थ में पैसा काफ़ी बचाव हो गया और आँख वगैरह में जो बीमारियां थी जो उसमें भी बहुत राहत मिल गई।
According to reports, spending 1 hour in smoke emanating from chula or the local wood stove is equal to smoking 400 cigarettes at the same time. And for a long time, the meager forest resource in the country were under strain by people scavenging for the firewood. It further aggravated the already fragile ecosystem. All such factors triggered the birth of Ujjwala scheme. It was launched by Prime Minister Modi primarily to provide clean source of fuel to people living below the poverty line.
माँ लकड़ी का चूल्हा जला करके खाना पकाती थी। कभी कभी तो धुआं इतना होता था कि माँ खाना परोस रही हो लेकिन हम माँ को देख नहीं पाते थे। ऐसे धुएं में बचपन में खाना खाते थे और इसलिए मैं उन माताओं की पीड़ा को, उन बच्चों की पीड़ा को भली भांति अनुभव करके आया हूँ, उस पीड़ा को जी करके आया हूँ और इसलिए मुझे मेरी इन गरीब माताओं को इस कष्टदायक जिंदगी से मुक्ति दिलानी है।
The initial focus is on the most backward regions in the country. Around 1 crore 60 lakh beneficiaries from scheduled caste backward classes. Connections only in name of women in the household. May 2016, 56,960 LPG connections. May 2017, 2 crore 18 lakh LPG connections. May 2018, 3 crore 75 lakh LPG connections. December 2019, reaching target of 8 crore beneficiaries. Currently, the target beneficiaries are identified through socio-economic caste census data. Around 12,800 crore have been allocated towards the implementation of this scheme.
मकान भी काले पड़ जाते थे, घर में सारा पुताई भी करो तब भी घर सब काले हो जाते थे। इस वजह से अब थोड़ा सा ये कि कहीं अपना कल सब स्वास्थ्य भी सही रहता है, उससे स्वास्थ्य भी बीमारी खांसी और ये दमा की बीमारियां ये काफ़ी हो जाती थी। अब ये है कि इस बीमारियों से छुटकारा।
Minister's Ujjwala scheme is climbing the popularity chart with each passing day. The drive to completely weed out toxic smoke from the rural kitchen is a reality and harbinger of good times and health, especially for women. Now Vikram Singh's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
News from Jammu and Kashmir now, where 5 militants were killed as security forces foiled an infiltration attempt along the line of control in North Kashmir's Kupwara district today. Srinagar-based defence spokesperson Colonel Rajesh Kalia said that the infiltration bid was foiled in the Tang-Dahar sector. A huge cache of arms and ammunition were also recovered from the killed militants. And the Indian Met Department has issued a warning regarding Cyclone Mekhunu across the Maharashtra-Goa coast today. Cyclone Mekhunu, which hit the Yemeni island of Socotra and Oman, causing severe flooding and damage, is likely to intensify into a cyclonic storm in the next 24 hours. Now, according to the IMD, the cyclone will pass on through Arabian Sea today, but it will have no major impact on the weather. Cyclone Mekhunu neared the Arabian Peninsula on Friday after causing damage in Oman. At least 40 people, including Yemenis, Indians and Sudanese, were reported missing on Socotra, where flash floods washed away thousands of animals and also cut power lines.
Warnings were issued to the fishermen not to venture in the Arabian Sea. As far as land is concerned, we don't see any major threat except some parts of Konkan and Goa, southern parts, South Madhya Maharashtra may get little rain and some wind.
And the southwest monsoon has advanced into the Andaman Sea. The monsoon has entered parts of Bay of Bengal, and the Met Department has also forecast possibility of light to moderate rain and thunder showers across Andhra and Telangana coast over the next 3 to 4 days. The southwest monsoon will further advance into some parts of the South Arabian Sea, Lakshadweep, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, some parts of Bay of Bengal over the next 48 hours. And the IMD has predicted that a low pressure area is also likely to develop over the east central Bay of Bengal and move northwards till 31st of May. And amid rising concerns about the Nipah virus, the Bihar and Sikkim governments have now issued a public advisory today urging the people of their states to take necessary precautions. 13 people, remember, have died so far due to the rare Nipah virus outbreak in Kerala. The deaths have been reported from Kozhikode and Malappuram district. And amid fears that the virus has also spread to other states, the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare also issued an advisory on Thursday for the general public to take preventive measures. Kerala has also procured about 50 doses of the antibody from Australia to combat Nipah virus. And the CBSE announced the Class 12 results for the academic session 2017-18 on their official website this afternoon. And overall pass percentage is 83.01%. And the top 3 regions are Trivandrum, Chennai and Delhi. Meghna Srivastava from Uttar Pradesh has topped the examination with 499 marks out of 500. Girls once again outshone boys in the results, and they did better than boys with a pass percentage of 88.31% against boys' 78.99%. And the Class 10 results will be declared within 2 days of the Class 12 results as per CBSE. On to international news now. Ireland is on course to legalize abortion. According to the exit polls after a referendum that was held on Friday, Ireland voted overwhelmingly in favor of changing the constitution so that abortion can be legalized. Polls by the Irish Times and RTE suggest about 69% people voted to repeal a part of the constitution that effectively bans abortion, and those taking part in Friday's referendum were asked whether they wanted to repeal or retain a part of the constitution known as the 8th Amendment, which says that an unborn child has the same right to life as a pregnant woman. Ballots were cast at more than 6,500 stations across 40 constituencies in the Republic of Ireland. The official counting of votes began at 9 this morning, and the results are expected by this evening. Earlier, Prime Minister Leo Varadkar, who supported the reforms, said that it looked as if the country was about to make history and that he was quietly confident.
Just voted here in Lara Lodge in Castleknock. Always get a little buzz from voting. It just feels like it's democracy in action. Not taking anything for granted, of course, but quietly confident. There's been a good turnout so far across the country, and so hopefully it'll be yes vote tomorrow.
And a day after cancelling the summit meet with North Korea, US President Donald Trump says that there is still a chance for the US-North Korea meeting with Kim Jong-un. Now, this comes just a day after Donald Trump cancelled the meeting, citing Pyongyang's tremendous anger and open hostility. Following Donald Trump's sudden cancellation, North Korea issued a statement saying that it remained open to talks. Donald Trump said that it was a very nice statement that North Korea put out as he left the White House to deliver a commencement address at the US Naval Academy, adding that they are talking to them and we will see what happens. Defense Secretary Jim Mattis also told reporters that diplomats were still at work. Earlier on Friday morning, Donald Trump also took to Twitter, calling the North's reaction as warm and productive, and expressed hope for a long and enduring prosperity and peace.
What happens? We're talking to them now. It was a very nice statement they put out. We'll see what happens. No, we'll see what happens. It could even be the 12th. We're talking to them now. They very much want to do it. We'd like to do it. We're going to see what happens.
Got some possibly some good news on the Korea summit, where it may if our diplomats can pull it off, may have it back on even. Our president just sent out a note about that a few moments ago. I want to let you all know that's a usual give and take, you know, of trying to put together big summits and stuff. So diplomats are still at work.
And on to sports news now. Rashid Khan has single-handedly ended the Sunrisers Hyderabad's losing streak after beating Kolkata Knight Riders yesterday and set up their fourth bout against Chennai Super Kings this season. Sunrisers Hyderabad made it to their second IPL final after beating Kolkata Knight Riders by 13 runs. The Sunrisers, Rashid Khan produced an all-round effort, scoring them an impressive 34 runs off just 10 balls, and later came on to derail the Knight Riders' power play. The Sunrisers will now take on two-time champions the Chennai Super Kings in the 2018 IPL final at the Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai on Sunday. And that's it from me and my team in this edition of Midday News. Thanks for watching.